You are listening to the Park Flyer Podcast, where we discuss our RC adventures.
Welcome to the Park Flyer Podcast, where we discuss the ups and downs of the new RC Flyer. Join your hosts, Michael and Jay, as they take flight at the park. Now on with the show.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael from Arizona. Welcome to the Park Flyer Podcast. We are here at the 36th annual Jet Rally. I'm joined by my good friends
Shannon G here in Mesa, AZ.
And Barry Hendricks from Phoenix, Arizona.
And we have a beautiful Arizona day here. This is day 3, I think, at day 3. I came yesterday. Shannon and I warmed up our jets, and Barry, I think, just came out and brought the BDX, I think.
Yeah, first day, BDXS, EA, the Voodoo scheme.
Yeah. So it is Saturday, and we've got a lot of pilots out here. Everybody is kind of getting geared up. It's Saturday morning. We just had the pilot meeting. And why don't we let Shannon kind of take us through how we got to the 36
Sure.
years.
So last year we had the big 35th, which was kind of a milestone, and we had a lot of pomp and circumstance. And Bob Ruff, who'd run it, decided he was going to kind of hang up his hat. So James Lashmet took over. I am assisting him as the CD this year. And we went with a little different approach, a little bit more laid back, more about flying, all about the pilots, having a good time. We have awards, best different jets and things like that. So best flight, things like that. So it's, still have a little bit of that. But it's being voted on mainly by the pilots, except for a couple of the things. So it's really all about the pilots here. So we've got some great sponsorship this year, wonderful sponsorship. I don't have the list in front of me, but maybe we'll post that or something later. But we just had everyone kind of came out good for it, and all the pilots are going to have something in the raffle.
Right. Very nice.
We're kind of doing like the AEF raffle where everybody gets something. So I was glad we were able to do that.
Very nice.
The weather, couldn't have asked for anything better.
It's beautiful.
The weather's awesome. It was awesome yesterday. The winds would switch from one side to the other, but it was 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's totally flyable for anybody of any skill level flying these jets.
Sure.
But so we've been we were working on this for months, me and James, and it all came together. And we can't really. I haven't had any major issues. I think the only issue that I can think of. Haven't flown enough yet. That's about it.
Well, you did have a major issue with your airplane.
Yeah, so I've had a little bad luck. I had a good flight yesterday.
That's right. Yeah, good flights yesterday. We all did well. Today, this morning, we kind of snuck out there before everybody got running.
Yeah, I had a little rough landing. I came in a little hot and bounced it, and it's not bad.
Were you flying?
The
Pre-wing F4.
Pre-wing F4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
he had a little bit of a bouncer, but
it's fixable.
He got it on the ground, and it didn't go home in a body bag. So that's
the other one went home in a body bag yesterday.
We did have a really large. What does Rick's have? A 1.6, right?
1.6 BVM F-16.
F-16, and he got turned base the final out there, and it got away from him, and he snap rolled it, I think, and pancaked it into the ground. So that was kind of a tragedy.
That thing is so beautiful.
I know.
I took pictures of it. And
was that the Belgium's?
Belgian paint scheme.
Yeah, so
it was really nice.
Had a little scare earlier with Barrett Hockhouse.
The Concorde.
Yeah. So we go to take off, or I'm spotting for him, and he's flying, and he's like, "Whoa, this is acting really weird." And he gets it off the ground, but almost gets it into the fence. He's flying around. He's like, "Man, this is flying horrible." He's like, "Is mine?" Because he has the nose that actually droops. He's like, "Is my nose drooped?" I go, "No, it's up." And he's like, "Oh, I gotta land." So he lands it, and there was no thrust out of the right side.
Oh no!
But the motor was spinning. The rotor came off.
Right.
We don't know if it came off because we can't find it.
Right.
So it either came off like it was loose when he took off, and then it spun off on the way out, or it's back at his shop.
Okay. Probably
You
back
forgot to put it on.
Yeah, that's.
Well, he flew it. He's flown it already. It just somewhere along the line he lost a rotor.
Yeah, I've
so.
even mentioned and stuff. It's like, it's
I know,
single
we were
engine.
Here watching, we were like, whoa, that's kind of lethargic.
It was amazing he got it back.
Wow,
that's amazing.
So
although I've done that with my A10, I took off, and Barry's like, "Dude, what's wrong with your airplane?" I was like, "I don't know, it's not flying right." And I got back and forgot to plug in the other battery, so I'd flown the whole thing around with a single engine. I'm over there like flying. I flew for a full 3 minutes. Like, man, this airplane's terrible.
Yeah, Brian O'Mara took off single engine in his F4 one time.
Oh yeah,
a huge Skymaster F4 came around the pattern. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
you did a very good job.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, flying it is much better though flying a jet with 2 motors on a single motor than it is flying like a P-38 or a twin. With the prop. It's a lot more devastating because you're not inside the airplane. You can't put that rudder input in there. But well, this year as well, I have to commend you. I'm really digging these bands. So I don't know if you can see. If you're one of our podcast listeners, you're not going to be able to see. But we have these little, what are they, rubber bands?
Wristbands.
Wristbands. And we have green for pilots and red for basically the crews or
staff,
or somebody that comes in there. So it's really nice. Everybody's out walking around, and you can immediately identify the pilots, even if they don't have a pilot number or a shirt or whatever. You can kind of see it, and it's a great idea because a lot of times, especially here at this field, everybody's going in and out of the gates. Sometimes you'll get spectators coming in here and they walk around and they're not really familiar enough with the cost of the aircraft that are standing around. And I've seen,
oops,
somebody steps on something, backs into something, and then they
kids run around.
Know,
Look, Daddy, airplane. Can I play with it?
Yeah, all right, ding, ding, ding.
And sit on it.
I can ride on this one, Daddy.
Rattle. No, we don't really have those too many problems. But so let's see. What you had a chance to walk the flight line. What are some of the really cool airplanes you think?
Well, the Belgian F-16 that went in yesterday.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Everybody was really impressed.
I'm not I don't take this the wrong way. I'm not. I love sport jets. I'm just, I love scale warbirds. But a lot of the sport jets, the paint schemes they're starting to put on them now are a lot more vibrant. I mean, I love your Voodoo. I mean, I'm a big fan of Voodoo. That's
amazing.
sweet.
Yeah.
So sport jets are starting to grow on me. I was just kind of like, I like scale warbirds,
Right.
But there's a couple of F-18s. There's one that up in the Maverick scheme.
In the Maverick scheme.
We got the BD-5.
Yep.
That's always a fun plane.
A-10 right there.
I don't know if you guys can.
Is awesome.
Right behind us, of course, we have James
see it.
Lashman. He's got his giant.
I'm
It's a
blocking
Carve.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's
a Carve.
Yeah.
No, it's a Skymaster.
Oh, Skymaster.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
Skymaster one.
Skymaster,
Oh, okay.
Skymaster Bayhawk. I think it's third scale.
It could be.
I'm pretty
third.
sure. He flew it yesterday. He's flown a couple times, but yesterday one of his flaps would not come up, so that kind of was a problem. So the servo's good with the wiring, we think. So
I was pretty amazed. He did a really good job getting it back.
Yep.
He lowered the flaps, and they both came out, but it kind of had a roll rate, and he was a little bit of a roll, and he was like, oh, something's not right. So he pulled the flap back in, and it rolled even harder because the flap didn't come back up. So he put the flaps back down, and he's like, I'm coming in. So he came in and landed. You could take that flap and just lift it up and down.
Oh, wow.
And those servos are the big
And no
ones.
power to it.
No, it did.
Oh,
It was
and
with
you can
the
move
power.
it up.
You can move it up and down. So there wasn't getting power to the servo.
Right, no power to servo.
Oh, right, but he had power on the jet. And
Right.
so we thought it was the servo, and we were all, wow, congratulations on getting it back in one piece, because that is pretty devastating if you don't, know on an airplane that size, when you have asymmetrical flaps, it has a real hard roll rate.
Oh, yeah.
And but he did get it back on the ground, and so he took the wing off, and he was like, now, these servos that he has on there are the ARs. They're the, 650s. They'll lift your car. They've got like
powerful.
1,000 inch-pounds of torque or something ridiculous. And anyway, he pulled it out, stuck it on there. It was hilarious. I watched him. He grabs the control arm of that servo and then put it into the sweep mode where it goes back and forth. And he was literally holding it, and it was moving both his arms back and forth. He did not have enough strength to hold to stop it from turning. So it wasn't obviously the servo, and so I think he traced the wires back to the connection between the wing and the main. So he's like, it wasn't my servo, so it definitely wasn't getting power from the inside. But
just little piece of solder.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's all it
solder
takes.
joint, and it's all that really can mean the difference.
Also, Bob Rupp's got 3D printed T2 Buckeye. It's electric.
That's right.
It's electric, and he flew it the other day. He bumbled something up, but he went home and printed a new part.
That's
back
crazy.
out today. I mean, that's what's so cool about these 3D printed planes.
Yeah.
You basically just, whatever part broke, I can go print another one. Or you can have them already pre-printed and just put it back on. And
that is
away you go.
Cool.
So just love the innovation in our hobby, and
it is really cool.
I think everybody's got something they've got 3D printed on their plane, or at least thinking about it. So
you're right. And Eric, he was here at the Electric Jet Festival, or Electric Festival, a couple times, and he's got several 3D printed
yeah.
airplanes,
Yep.
like big ones.
Yep.
Got a big B-17 now, I think, too. So
Sweet.
It's a lot of print time.
it is a lot of
It
print
is.
time, but when you own 50 printers, it goes pretty quick.
And then Gary Porter's got a new giant one where it'll print like half of the size of a person.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
wow.
so he's going to print up like an army of people.
Oh, there you go. They throw them around.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Mine's not that big.
Yeah. No, he got a
Real
big
small.
one now. He's hardcore. So.
Yeah. So yeah, you mentioned the Top Gun F-18. That's the Maverick scheme. That looks good. They have the little mini version of yours, the Canadian scheme. That one's out there.
150th anniversary.
Is the kid
I
that's
think,
playing it?
yeah,
He's
Max.
amazing.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
He's like 12 or 13 years
Yeah,
old or
I
something. I'm
love
like,
these
oh,
kids
man.
coming into the hobby, and
Yeah, they are really amazing.
we're going to talk about that in a future show. We're going to have one of our
yeah.
club members come in and say, hey, we got to get more of these kids in here
Right,
because it's
yeah.
the future of the hobby and future of just aviation in general. We got to start
is true.
somewhere. You
Yeah,
know,
you
I
have to
think
start.
how many of us, you guys
Yeah,
are obviously
yeah,
in
yeah.
aviation.
Yeah,
That's
You
true.
know, you're still playing. You're still
Just a
playing with the
little bit.
toys.
We're still playing. We play for little toys and
Yeah.
big toys.
Yeah.
And everything in between.
That's right.
exactly. So
Sims.
Yeah. My it's funny because I have a Discord page, and on my Discord page, it says, tell us something about you, and it says when I'm not flying, I'm flying. Because my wife's like, man, I'm a flying widow, right? I never see you're either flying RC airplanes or Sims or whatever. So anyway, it's pretty funny.
Surprised he doesn't have a logbook for his sim.
Yeah, I might. It's in my shop. The A10 is really cool. He did a really good
yes,
job.
that thing's
that's,
beautiful. It's got
beautiful.
lights and all the pilot turns and all. It sounds awesome.
Who
It
makes
sounds
that
great.
one? That's a good question.
I don't know.
I thought that was a Skymaster as well.
It
but
might
Is it?
be. Yeah.
I thought
Okay.
some of it maybe
Yeah,
like
looks
that.
good.
It
Nice
does look
weathered.
good, yeah. It's a 1/6 scale, I think.
Yeah.
So
it
it's
flies
not quite
great.
as big as the ones that Omer has and some of those, but there's a couple of really cool L39s out here. The one on the table over here that looks
It's a Global
like
Jet Club.
Global Jet
That's the-
Club's Reno Racer looking thing. It's
2.2, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
That's a composite one.
It is composite, and it's really, really a good-looking airplane. They've got the Baja Hobbies one that he's got in the Black Mamba paint job, which looks really, really good as well.
Yep.
He flew that yesterday and was a little sketchy.
Yeah. He's only had a couple flights on that thing. So.
Yeah, he made it this weekend.
Sunday, I was
Sunday,
here.
yeah.
I was here when it made, and it was a little.
So
It wasn't a bad meeting, but yeah, yesterday was a little hairier than the.
Yeah, I
than
thought
the-
for sure it was going down in the parking lot. He pulled it off a little bit before it was ready to fly, and it kind of got a little wonky.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, we got the big Viper jet.
Yes.
and it's out here.
There's
as
a couple
well.
of big Viper jets out here.
Yeah, and then the couple F-16s that look really good. Got a couple F-86s.
And a big
and,
BVM. That wasn't there yesterday. The BVM in the U.S. Air Force. Is that BVM? Am I right?
I don't know. What is I can't remember who makes that one, but
It looks like a BVM.
that's Kelly's.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. And it's kind of strange because the whole, like from the tail to the nose, lifts off and cuts the airplane completely in half.
Oh, wow.
So it's weird. It's kind of like these, the BDJ. What is it? The
BDX?
BDX. Or like a Havoc. It lifts the whole thing, kind of splits the whole. But it's we've been around that one for since Best in the West. Barry and I shared a tent next to him.
Gotcha,
He was
okay.
building that one,
All
and
right.
it's super fast.
Yeah.
It looks good in the air, but it is just smoking fast.
Awesome.
And then the other Rebel Pro that's red, white, and
Are you talking about the U.S. Air Force?
Yeah.
That's a Bolt.
Oh, is it a Bolt?
is it a Bolt?
Yeah, that's a Carf Bolt.
Oh, the
Bolt,
carpal.
okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Apologize for
There you go.
mixing up the names of
Yeah,
manufacturers.
it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But the Rebel Pro that's down here that he has painted in red, white, and blue scheme.
Yeah, I like that. That's right.
I do too. It's a metallic blue and red. It's really pretty, and I agree with you that I think that they have just gone over and above with these paint jobs on the on these sport jets. I'm like you. I was always a military kind of wanted everything to look more scale, but when I owned the Sparrow, when I got that, was able to come up with the Sparrow, and it was in the Thunderbird scheme, and I was like, I don't know. But once I started flying it, it was really it looked in the air, flew real well. So and I know Barry loves the BDX.
Yeah.
So
the performance is amazing. So
it is
that's
amazing.
hard to beat.
Well, I got a mix of different airplanes, and they're all pretty exotic colors.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Your F-16,
F-16s in the
F-18.
desert camo, Skymaster, it's a 5th scale, and then I got the twin engine BVM F-18. It's the 150th anniversary Canadian livery
Right.
on that. And then the BDX-S and the Voodoo, and I have the F-22, the Aerofoam one.
Yep.
And then I don't know what else do I have.
I don't know.
Have
The list goes
Havoc.
on.
Actually, we're interested. Maybe one of these times we'll have to get that half-scale Christian or whatever it is.
Oh yeah,
He's got a half-scale Christian.
half-scale
Eagle.
Christian Eagle,
Along with his real one.
and a third
Yeah.
scale,
And
a quarter scale,
and a quarter scale,
and
a
the full scale.
He's got Christian Eagles everywhere over there.
I got almost every scale except for 3/4.
There you go, 3/4.
Three-quarters
So-
would be a monster.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, the other thing is this is James's first event. James is actually a team pilot for Horizon. And we're going to give a big shout out to the Horizon Hobbies guys because the California pilots and the Arizona pilots all came out to support him.
Yes.
Tony's here and John and a bunch of the guys from Doug and a couple guys from,
Oh, yeah.
they're all out.
Everyone just really stepped up to help James make this a great
Yeah,
event,
yeah,
and I can't
yeah.
thank him enough. And I'm gonna apologize on live on television.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
to,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Tony. I was worried that his jet event was gonna have cause us not
Consequences, yeah.
consequences.
Yeah.
We have no consequences here. I'm
No,
sorry, Tony. I apologize. I talked to Tony already, so he knows. I'm like, we're good. You know, I mean, that's what I love about this hobby is when you really think about it, we're all in this together.
Yep.
And everything we do helps, is meant really to help each other. And I really should have thought a little bit more about
that a
that.
little
I mean,
more.
because I've known Tony for years, and we get along great. So
Right.
the more events we have, the better. It's just sometimes they get so close to each other. It just
Yeah.
you wonder, but you get not to wonder anymore.
Yeah,
if
no,
you
I
care
think
about the hobby. You
we-
show up with it for what ones you can, and
Yeah.
–
We talked about that yesterday. He mentioned, he's like, hey, did my event really hurt you? And I was like, I don't remember talking about that on the podcast. I have to go back and listen
I think
to it. But
I barely
I do
mentioned it. I
remember
didn't
you
mention
said
it.
that you thought that it might, but
Yeah.
it didn't. And Tony's a big listener, and we always give a shout out to him. He does
Yeah.
a great job. He's out here this weekend flying around.
Yep.
with,
He's got Winter
Horizon.
Warbirds coming up here in
He does
in
have
January,
Winter
so
Warbirds coming up.
We'll be there.
So, yep, we'll definitely be there and attend that event. It's an awesome event every year.
Yep.
Tony did a really good job putting that Sun Valley Flyer Jet event
Yeah, I wish I could
together.
have gone. I had
And,
other things
and
working
it
that
was,
weekend, and it just was it's tough.
very short notice, but he did a really good job. He had almost 60 pilots or something.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, we had
Good
our
event
auction.
for the
That's-
first, yeah.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah, we had our
so.
auction that weekend. So
Yeah,
why
that's right,
you
right,
were-
right.
We were pulling double duty.
Yeah, but
You should
but
just
did
brought it
not-
over there.
I know,
There
right?
we
You
go.
should have just moved
There we go.
it. But it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt this event at all. As a
No,
matter of fact, it
not at
may
all.
have even helped it.
I think so.
Yeah, I think
really
so
do.
because
So
there were people that were already over here, and they're just like,
Yep.
"Yeah, man, let's just go to that
let's
one
hang
too."
out. Let's do it.
And I know that there were several people at the other event, at Tony's event, that mentioned, "Hey, we're gonna. Are you
Sweet.
guys going?" Because
Yeah,
I was asked
that's
several
awesome.
times. Several people asked me if I was coming to this event.
Yeah.
So I know that there was talk about it, and it kind of anytime you get guys together. I mean, I know this event they were passing around the Tucson.
Yeah. We got the Tucson Jet Rally.
Tucson
There's
Jet
the
Rally's
Speed Rail.
coming up.
Speed
Speed
World's
World's
coming up in February
Yeah.
after AEF.
Yeah.
The list
Warbirds and
goes on.
Classics.
Yep.
Warbirds
That
and
one.
Classics.
Yep,
Yep,
yep.
that was coming up in
Yep.
March. So there's a lot of new events in 2025.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy.
and,
It's gonna
and
be
this
nuts.
one,
So we're really
this one
looking
worked
forward
out
to
really
it.
well. So, but
Lots of events here in the Southwest.
yeah, and
Because it's the
and
best
weath-
time to do it.
The weather. This is the best time to do it. I mean,
Yep.
we were wearing hoodies this morning, but now
Now
we're kind of took those off. It's not even noon yet, and we're kind
Yeah,
of
this I
not
could
sweating
not
yet.
ask for any better weather than this.
No.
If you,
I mean,
this-
even a month ago, it was
Yeah, that's
100
true.
plus.
100+, yeah.
Still,
It was still I was out flying to
a month
OV10,
ago.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, your batteries take a beating on there. So, but
Yeah, but no, James really, got innovative. We got the wristbands.
Yeah, I
we got
like
little,
those.
we got the little cinch bag
Yeah.
instead of the flyer. So,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much gonna do the same thing for AEF going forward. I
Cool.
think.
Very good.
I used to spend hours printing up those little name tags, and
Yeah,
and for the pre-regs, I do all of them custom. Like, that's nice, but
Yeah, this
let's
was
take,
simple.
Let's take it down a notch and just
Yeah.
worry about flying, and we're we're trying to take care of the field, and all the money goes towards taking care of the field. So let's put a little bit more
Right.
money towards that.
Well, it's the other thing too is how you can inject new ideas and new innovations
Yes.
into it.
Yeah.
Because for so many years, things get kind of just pigeonholed, I think, where they do the same thing,
Yeah.
and everybody expects the same thing. So to have little things start changing, and it makes it better, right? It's not like it's a drag or something totally changed where everybody's like, "What the heck just happened?"
Yep.
And kind of like I mentioned on the last podcast about the timers, for the guys out there, it was for a big event. It's kind of cool to have timers and the guy, kind of doing all the safety stuff. So let's see, we got House of Balsa's here as always.
Yeah, so
he's
Paul Stenberg, 36 years,
That's
going
amazing.
strong. He's a little change. He sold the Zap business to Robart,
Okay.
so he's still going to rep for them. He's still going to go to events and things, but he still has House of Balsa,
Right.
The tough grind. He's
Right.
going to bring some kits out again, his old kits he used to
Very,
sell.
very nice.
So he's just going to kind of change his focus, but he's such a supporter of this event that and Zap all these years too.
all these
So
years,
we're they're still supporting us. So thank him for that. We've got Free Sky. We've got Bad Boys RC set up
Bad
over
Boys
here,
RC, they're
and
here.
their tables are busy.
Oh,
the
yeah,
guys are all
there's-
over there.
The Sweet Wind turbines that they have produced, I know that I've switched pretty much. That's all I'm using. I think Barry's pretty much the same, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty
The
much all you use.
Top notch.
I think the last jet event here, I think I bought two 170s
There
from
you go.
Roman.
There you go.
Yeah,
So
and
it's-
their customer service is top notch.
Oh, yeah.
Top
since they're
notch.
here.
Call him in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., no
Yep.
problem.
Yeah.
He's
Plus
gonna love
they-
me for
Plus, they
that.
built our canopy that's going to be replaced too. That's the other thing Roman did. So we love Roman.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then we've
Doing
got
a good job.
E-Power back.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they're
Yep,
setting
yep,
up.
yep.
I think they're set up now, but they were setting up here. So Sam
Very
and his
nice.
mom. It's the family E-Power business. They've been coming to our events for decades, and
right.
they missed last year for some health reasons, but they're back, and
Right, very
so we're
cool.
glad they're here. And like I said, we had just an amazing list of sponsors and everything going here. So couldn't ask for a better weekend.
No, it's a
and,
great weekend.
got all my-
Everybody's doing a good job.
Got all my friends out here.
Yeah, you can't go
it's-
wrong hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
Well, Barry, it's been we mentioned you on the podcast several times because I always bring you up, but it's been a few years since you've been on our podcast. The last podcast you were on was when we were coming back from the Best in the West.
Yeah.
You, me, and Spencer.
Oh,
were-
that was a while ago.
yeah, it's been a while, so we welcome back.
Yeah.
Barry is responsible for a lot of the photos that. Matter of fact, I think mentioned maybe I don't know. I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, but I was in what is that Jet International magazine a couple times.
Yeah, a few. I've been featured in a few Jet Internationals and a few Mall Airplane News in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Actually, I just picked it up as a hobby a year and a half ago. Decided I wanted to get some good photos of the models
right.
and kind of contribute to the, remote control Mall Airplane and supply people with some good photos.
Yeah, he actually got the cover. You got the cover.
A few times.
Yep,
Yeah.
a couple times. So
Yeah, I think
And,
I'm on three or four covers.
Nice. That's
So-
awesome.
nice. So, and you're gonna do some photo work with this event as well, I think.
Yep. So I wasn't here yesterday. I was busy flying over, actually,
Yeah, we did
on the RV6. So I got some aerial photos of the field here and a little bit of video. And I'll do a little bit of photos today. And usually takes me like within a week or two to get them all on Facebook. But it's BJH Photography.
Okay.
So
Yep. We'll take a look at that. Maybe we'll use one of his photos for our
Yeah. Well, that'd be
lead-in
great.
thing.
Yeah,
Be kind of nice. I actually enjoy it when he's out there taking photos because he has airplanes here to fly too, and when he goes out and flies, I always snatch his camera and go out there and shove off about 1,000 photos. So and occasionally I'll get one that sticks. I think I got a couple last time.
You
right?
did.
Your BDS. I'm getting better at it. I'm not the pro these guys are, but it's super fun to get up there and just touch that button, and man, it just takes 50 photos. In a
it's a
row.
Gatling gun.
Yeah, Gatling. It's just like you can hear it, So anyway, it's pretty fun, but it just makes 2,000 more photos for him to go through when he gets on his computer. He's
Yeah.
like, what
Like,
the
okay.
heck?
And
I
he's
don't
like,
remember taking any of these photos.
Mike.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Mike.
Crop it,
So,
rotate
I
it.
haven't made the cover of anything yet, but
Yeah.
maybe one of these days. So, but yeah. Well, we've had a couple of successful flights today, and it is a beautiful day. We want to go out and
Get some more
try
flying
to
in,
get
yeah.
some more flying in. Barry, we really appreciate you filling in for us today. It's always kind of nice to have a third, host. And
Yeah,
Jay's not with us. He's got company this weekend. He's still kind of
Looking for
reeling
stuff,
from.
but
You know,
we miss you, Jay.
We miss you, and
AEF's coming up.
that's right.
Be here.
Yeah, he's going to be hopefully be here and bring his wife this time. You know, she can come
Nice.
Where's Scott?
out.
Should have the wife. We should have the wives do a show.
Got some
we
more
should.
airplanes here to.
Yeah, that's true.
The
to
Real
buy.
Housewives of RC.
Yeah, and then Scott Behrman was supposed to come this weekend. He got hung up with a work event, and that's the first thing Perry said was, "How many airplanes are for sale? Is Scott coming?" And I told him, "I was like, I'm running out of room there. You know, Behrman's buying a whole bunch of stuff." But he bought a turbine, and I picked it up the other day. And so
What did you
now-
buy?
He bought the little L39, just like this one.
Okay.
And
he's gonna
little
love
happy
it.
hour jet, the aerofoam, and he's gonna try and get his. Now he's been flying his EDF. So he's calls me on a regular basis and says, I'm out flying that. So he wants to come out here and kind of learn to fly the turbine. And
So he hasn't got his waiver yet.
Doesn't have his waiver yet, but
All right, Scott.
so
Get with the program.
Get with the program, and we can get you a couple of flights, and then get you signed off, get a turbine waiver. He does own a little turbine, but I think he's going to put it up for sale. And now that he bought this one,
Oh yeah.
But I told him I was like flying this little F39. I was surprised how many are out here, and there's a couple that are really nicely painted. Like people have repainted.
Oh yeah. It's an
So-
easy plane to refinish.
Yeah, it's
too.
just kind of throw some paint. Really, paint jobs out here are truly amazing. I think they're just hard to not stare at. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
yep.
the standard stuff. People come up with some good ideas.
Yep.
But yeah, we miss Scott. He was trying to get out here, but maybe next time. What else? I think that's about it, right? We're missing our flying. We got to go out there.
Yeah, we got to
and do
fly.
some more
That's
so.
that's the whole point of
Flying
being
and
here.
photography.
That's
Yeah,
right.
there you go. You can't get any better than that this weekend. So, anyway, this is the 36th annual Arizona Jet Rally, and we are once again out here at Superstition Airfield. So we love to have you here. If you haven't already, give us a like, subscribe, and send us an email at parkflyerpodcast@gmail.com. If you give us a like and subscribe, it helps us grow our channel, and we always appreciate that. We have had several new subscribers in the last couple of
it's
last
picking
couple
up.
of
We're
weeks,
getting
so
some
it does pick up.
momentum.
I think as we do more events and kind of get the videos out on the events, it's better
Yeah.
as well. I do know that there's a couple of YouTube channel guys here.
Oh yeah, I think
I can't
everybody's got a
remember-
YouTube channel.
Yeah, I
these
can't
days.
remember, but these two guys are at an aviation channel. I
Yeah.
think they just showed up, so we'll have to kind of search for them. Go meet those guys later, but we'll snap some photos with Barry, and we'll wrap it up for this time. We might do a little quick kind of end of show,
Okay,
but for now, I'm Michael here in Arizona, and with me,
Shannon G and Mace AZ.
And Barry Hendricks.
and we will see you in 2 weeks.
That's right.
You have been listening to the Park Flyer Podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to your next visit. Please give our show a star rating and review, and feel free to email us your questions, topics, or suggestions to parkflyerpodcast@gmail.com.